Oh, okay.
Oh, konnichiwa, Tomoyuko. I should say Tomoyuki.
Tomoyuki,
And
yeah. Konnichiwa.
Tomoyuki, I'm going to call you Tomo. And I
Yes.
am I am very happy to be with you again, Tomo. I'm so looking forward to this um, because I know we also communicated by email.
Hmm.
By the way, something just popped into my head to share.
Hmm.
Today is a very auspicious day in Hindu calendar,
Oh, really?
Hindu spiritual calendar. It
Mhm.
turns out today is the night of Shiva. It's called
Oh,
Maha Shivratri. This is the
Mahashima.
day, yeah, this is the day when one can get multiple spiritual advancement.
Mhm.
And I did not know, coincidentally, we're doing the map of consciousness
Oh, yeah.
today. So I wrote today, Happy Mahashivratri. May Shiva's grace bless us and anyone who's watching this. So it is indeed really quite remarkable because I had no idea.
Hmm.
Today I set a date, just, it
Amazing.
happened. Yeah, it is amazing. It is amazing. And the other thing that we have talked about or communicated on email, Tomo, is this. Why would we discuss this? The map of consciousness. And
Hmm.
we both said, it is to set the human spirit free. There
Hmm.
seems to be, um, the remarkable things going on in the world and the ability to adapt and navigate the uncertainty. This map absolutely is a game changer.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
with that said, Tomo, I'm so happy that you're willing to share what you have learned about the map of consciousness of Hawkins. Yes, please go.
Okay. You are looking at this picture, and this is the map of consciousness. And in this map, there are you can see the numbers, right?
Yes.
And these numbers, and you can see the words, and
Yes.
horizontally, these numbers are correlated to these nouns. And like 50, you can see apathy, hopeless, condemning, for example.
Yes.
Yeah. And in short, the higher the number, the higher, the better the emotion,
Mhm.
the better the life view.
Yes. I also like, you have on the third one, the
Mm.
arrows.
Arrows,
And mhm,
arrows. Yeah, this one is important because 200, you can see this arrow. Above 200, above level 200, the energy level of consciousness is
mhm.
positive. Positive means you can say good, you know, the
Ah,
like emotion. For example, emotion to at level 200 emotion is affirmation. You feel affirmative toward yourself,
yes.
toward others, for example, and up 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 and 200 up to 200 trust, and 300 to 10 optimism,
Mhm.
350 forgiveness, yeah, and
Yes.
400 understanding. So the better emotions.
Mhm. Mhm.
On the other hand, below 200 is this one's negative energy field.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's striking that, another way to look at it is it
Mm.
is moving towards life.
Yes, yes, right.
Above 200, you're moving towards life. It's
Mm,
like a human wants to reach for the sun, the plant goes for the light.
mm,
So
mm,
there is a upward, almost an upward movement. Now, it's just a description here, this upward reaching for life, for
mm,
elan vital, vitality. And
mm.
yet the others, and I am very interested, the colors, you know, it's red and it's apathy and guilt, and it's away from life,
Yes.
away from growth.
Mm.
Yeah, can you speak a little bit to that, perhaps?
Yeah. Away from life means actually the resistance to the life.
Oh, this is very good word. Resistance to
Uh,
life. Yes, yes, thank you.
Life is always available, like the sunlight, but you can block by yourself, like clothes or hat or umbrella or something, and block the life. Because you block the life by yourself, if you feel negative emotions.
Mhm,
That's the
mhm.
trick.
And this resistance comes in many ways.
Mm,
Beliefs, ego. I think there's a limitation, ego self. I mean, ego is necessary
mm,
because I called you Tomo and you answered hello, Tomo. So we do have to have I identify with Nisha and or Tomo identifies with Tomo. So am I correct to say that these levels under 200 strong identification with this created self?
yeah. Like idealized characters or money or fame or something. Mm,
Mhm. Identification with limited things that will disappear. Well,
mm.
you say a very important thing. My identity is doctor. My identity is this medical doctor certificate. And not really, I used to put them all over the wall. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've taken them all down. I had to, yeah, I don't put them in my hospital. They say, Dr. Manek, where are your certificates? And I said, well, it was too crowded. I put a picture of an elephant and instead, really, in my clinic. So yes, this identification, importance even that my career is everything. And yet it's a gift from God.
Mm,
Gift from God, really, to say I had that ability, but it wasn't of Nisha's ego. I can't have done it. There's no way. No way.
mm,
I know it. Um, how can one go from this identification, craving, right? I like this word craving, Tomo.
Gripping. Mm,
Just 125, enslavement. I was a slave and worshipped
mm,
the mind. I worshipped science. This
mm.
causes that. And unless the book says it, and if it's not in the book, not real. That
I
was a
see.
very, very big limitation for me.
Mm.
Craving and almost denying all these other things exist. How can we then just move up? What do you think?
I think humbleness.
うん、
うん、なんだろう、science, we can't know everything, and science, in science, by the means of science, we study things, but we don't know everything.
no.
By accepting this, you can start being true scientist, I believe.
Yes. One is a scientist in one's life, and now one has a yardstick, a tool, a
Mhm,
way. Yeah,
mhm,
yeah. That is true. Because we are, I wrote, um, if we look at science, Tomo,
Mm.
science is about statistics, right? In medical sciences,
Yeah, yeah.
statistics, very cold because statistic about Nisha, this height, this color, this gender, but they don't know the heart.
Mm, mm,
Statistic misses the whole thing of
mm,
human. And so it doesn't know the human heart.
mm, mm,
Statistics in medicine misses everything. And
mm, mm,
it tries. You're a smoker, you drink alcohol, you do blah, 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 whatever. And it never gets there. You're right. And I sort of sensed that for a long time.
mm,
Whole statistics doesn't know the human heart. That's a good sort of summary. Yeah.
mm, 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 mm.
Doesn't know the human heart. How has it helped Tomo to transcend, to overcome these lower things? How have you?
Me? I
Mhm.
haven't overcome it yet.
Well, that's the humble way. You said there is humility.
Oh, yeah.
Humility.
Mm.
So,
Maybe humility comes from acceptance, this one, this 350.
uh,
Acceptance of truth,
and
acceptance.
self-forgiveness, yes.
Yeah. Acceptable self leads to the self-forgiveness.
Very important. Currently, I'm going to go to cold statistics for this,
Mhm,
for the purpose of our dialogue.
mm,
And that is, if you look to medical statistics on health, the
mm.
biggest problem right now is loneliness,
I see, I see.
separation, loneliness, hopelessness,
Mm,
and partly probably brought on by, all the lockdowns and whatever, but loneliness epidemic. The
mm, mm,
health of these people, it's estimated, will start to take life. Take
mm,
life means they could kill themselves. Suicide.
mm,
It's predicted. Whoa. We have, Tomo, you and I have a task here to shine a light
mm,
now.
mm, mm,
That
mm, mm.
once you have this, that we can turn the ship around
I see, yeah.
from self-harm to
Mm,
self-acceptance,
mm, mm,
forgiveness.
mm, mm.
Because this tool, just imagine if everyone had access to this, gave it meaning, they give it importance in just day-to-day
Mm, mm,
living, then you have a way to know the truth versus this is not the truth. Like
mm,
this level versus this level. This is the truth. This is not the truth.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
the
mm.
remarkable thing is there's only one quality,
Yeah.
only
Well,
one power.
mm, mm, mm.
Can you speak to the levels of the power that from here to there, you have numbers. So
Yeah. Frankly, higher the numbers, the brighter the light, so to say.
yeah,
It's becoming dim and dim. That means there is no source of darkness. Darkness is just the absence of light.
say it again. This is so crucial.
There is no source of darkness. Darkness is just the absence of light.
Yes. This is so profoundly
Yeah.
important. We think all of these are levels and, but what you're saying is there's only one quality. As you move from light, you are turning down the switch, dimmer, 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 to where you come, where it looks dark
Mm, mm,
comparatively, but still the power, the potential somewhere it's there. Yeah.
Dark is just a human expression.
Yeah. It's a comparison, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
this map solves may solve the philosophical argument about good and bad. I see. I think good. Some people say there is a source in goodness and badness, and which one? People say which one is the core of the humanness. But in fact, there is no such thing as there's no source of badness. Just goodness exists, and the degree of goodness changes, decreases,
Yes.
like the light.
Yes. Yes. This is very, very important. So that's the most profound truth, what you have just said. Only one quality. It's the spectrum, the degree of the presence of that quality of light or love, of truth, and the way we human mind like to categorize. We have to call this versus that versus this versus that. For me, Hawkins' map, when I first saw it, first of all, it was a game changer. It was, because like you said, there's no philosophy now. Forget this, science isn't the only way. And I could tell which science is truthful and which is rubbish. You know? And I'll tell you this, I threw out so many medical journals. No use reading them. You can't get to healing. Truth is healing. Truth is wellness. Truth is vitality. And it wasn't in this thing, in this journal, between rubbish. I'm telling you, Tomo, big wake-up call for me. Until then, I was admiring. Oh, I was worshiping mind. Thoughts, my thoughts. Ooh, important, competition. So let me just see. For me, it was a shift, an internal shift then. It's very hard to give up what has already been there and you worshipped it for a long time, and then you have to say, okay, bye. Close the door, bye. Yeah, I said, oh, whoa, wait a second now, how did you then, what was the shift for you?
Now I don't remember much, but it's so natural. This map and this the life this map can tell us is so natural for me. I almost forgot what I was wondering, but maybe I was right. I raised as a children of Jehovah's Witness, and not only Jehovah's Witness, but Christian, whole Christian beliefs may believe in the Satan, the source of badness. And when I was a child, they taught me very harshly, strongly exaggerated the power of Satan, and they hated it. They really hated it. It's like maybe Jehovah's Witnesses can be categorized as Puritanism.
Yes.
Yeah,
Puritanism, right? Yes.
Yeah, Puritanistic, very moral, quite moralistic, too moralistic, too strict. Fortunately, I was not so into that religion. I had science, but as a child, the programs installed into my mind always runs, you know. So it took many years to undo these programs. After years of searching, I found this map and Hawkins' teachings. That was, like you said, game changer.
Yeah. I think what you're referring to also is that religions can be they want to do good, but what they end up doing a lot of times is put you into a guilt all the time that you're guilty, and when I see here, it's guilt right at the bottom.
Yeah.
Blame, and it's destructive.
Yes. This energy field gives rise to the vindictive God's view.
Yeah, good for nothing. You're bad, guilty. You had chewing gum, and now you're bad. I remember being told, chewing gum. Okay, what? So yeah, but it's with children, we can get these programs, as you said, the word program, because it's programmed into us. There's a hardware, and then the program comes in. Mother, parents, school, church. I mean, like for me, books, and you have to really recognize it to let go. For me, it was actually within a few years, I just walked away. It was, I don't know why, I don't know if I could do it today, but that time, 20 years ago, I said, bye, bye. I could see it. I could see the change, and the change was happening inside. Then you can't shut it off. I thought, oh, I look at something and it had no meaning for me anymore. I wasn't interested in writing, endless papers that would be expired in a year and nobody would read. And the sweat and tears you put into all of this peer review science journal it was so mad. I said, this is mad. Hi. Yeah. So the Jehovah's Witness and your science, the science, what was the kernel in the science that made you go, whoa, wait a second? What was it? Can you remember? Or?
You mean my understanding of science into childhood?
Yeah, and how you could see the Puritanism of your childhood upbringing and say, okay, I don't think this is for me. Was it the scientific bent? Because that's pretty big to say, oh, this program isn't working for me.
I see. When I was before なんだっけundergraduate fourth grade, usually people enter into the lab. I remember I gradually realized this way I cannot find the truth. Because I have to, I thought, at least I thought at that time, I have to read all the books and papers in the world to find the truth. And that's impossible. And even you can narrow down to your specialty, still the amount is
Yeah, it's impossible. It's like information, overwhelm. Yeah.
mm,
Mm.
mm. So somehow I thought that's impossible. That's not what I wanted. Mm. I don't know why, but that's a grace, I think.
Very lovely. A
Mm.
state of grace. It's like so subtle, but it touches you. Grace. Yeah,
Yeah,
God's grace.
the feeling was not graceful, but not bliss or something. Yeah, maybe it that was like a little bit identity crisis, maybe. So I was in depression, mm, but mm, at that time I didn't know I had no idea leads what leads to me what leads me to,
Mhm.
but now I can say that's a grace.
Yes. It's like
Because
a,
many people don't think like that.
mhm.
I was
You remind me of, okay, so I'll share something about me that very
mm,
few people know. It's only my brother,
mm,
that it's like a dark night of the soul.
mm, mm,
Dark night of the soul. And I was at Stanford University and I was studying rheumatology.
mm, mm.
And out of nowhere, it was apathy, um, deep internal sadness. I didn't know where it came from because everything was the same outside. And I prayed
Mm, mm,
deeply. And the one book that I remember going to, and I would carry it everywhere between patients, I would just look at it to hang
mm.
on with my fingernails almost, was Yogananda, Swami
Oh,
Yogananda, Self-Realization Fellowship. Yeah.
mm, mm, mm,
Um, it wasn't the autobiography. It was a very slim book, like um, In Search of the Light, something like that. Okay, it's disappeared from my library but that time it saved me. I
mm,
don't know how else to say it because I did not know what was happening. It was the
mm,
dark night of the soul. Um, and then for no reason whatsoever, it slowly lifted and it never came back. But yeah, it was heavy. It was heavy. Oh, it was hopelessness. I think it was like this despair.
mm.
Despair. Yeah.
It's right. Mm,
Yeah, it was really here. I won't forget it because something built in you. I don't know. I had to feel it.
mm, mm,
You feel that hopelessness and it was only spiritual work for me.
mm,
That
mm,
Yogananda, that book, I would read a line, a verse,
mm,
and I
mm,
would say, okay, feel a bit of relief, like, and then it comes back, and then suddenly over time it just went away. It was several
mm.
weeks actually, yeah, yeah.
Still awake. Mm,
No, several weeks it was there, that this dark night.
mm, 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 mm,
Yeah. Mm. No medicines. I didn't take any medicines.
mm,
Didn't go see a doctor. I just knew something is happening. I don't understand it.
mm,
And um, it was this book,
mm, mm, mm.
if I recall. Yeah, it was this book. Yeah.
This
Thank you
book.
for thank you for letting me grieve. I can picture my bed, this little room, going to
Mm,
the hospital, just really feeling, I don't know what's going on. And then I would carry his book with me. And I think that's the power of spiritual truth. It just, something is sort of hanging around you, you contemplate it. Like
Right.
I told you, I was hanging on with my fingernails. Yeah.
Do you remember why you thought you should carry this book, that book?
Because I found relief.
I
Even
see.
if for a few minutes I felt,
Oh,
because the heaviness was
mm,
too much,
mm,
too much, you know.
mm,
Then when I read this, even if you like, okay, the relief of suffering.
mm.
And I said, okay, it wasn't in food, it wasn't in a doing my rounds, it wasn't clinic, it was not California. Wow, no, 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 no,
Mm,
no. It was this book.
mm.
And it was full of like a prayerful statement from Yogananda.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
So
I
that,
didn't know Hawkins then. I did not know him.
uh,
Yeah, I did not
that
know.
was your only hope, right?
It was my only hope. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think even I felt like, what? I'm a doctor. How
Mm,
can this happen? Like
mm,
powerless. And um, if I'm a doctor at the best place, no other outer
mm,
doctor can help here. And I
mm.
don't know why I knew that. And maybe it's like uh, puritanism around science, like they don't have an answer. If I'm feeling like this
Mm,
isn't the time for science to get involved. I just knew intuitively I'm not going there.
mm,
But this book was I was carrying. Yeah, yeah. It saved my life.
mm.
I just 2 weeks ago was back at Yogananda. They have a hermitage
Mhm,
in Los Angeles, in Santa
mm,
Monica.
mm,
It was closed. They've reopened it for retreats. I
mm,
went there for 3 days, silent retreat. It's nice, just silent to
mm,
be there again. Um, and I can feel, it's just really over here. I can feel the heart in the shrine.
mm.
It's nice to visit it.
Good. Mm.
Yeah, just to say, thank you very much. Thank you for helping me all those years ago. He's my friend, Yogananda.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah. Um, do you know how Hawkins came to this map? Can you speak to that? I had heard him talk on the stage about this map and what
Mm.
he saw, but I wanted to give you the chance if you knew how Hawkins came about this.
I uh, he once talked about it just a little bit.
Hmm.
But he said he had studied unconsciousness by using muscle testing, kinesiology test,
Right.
and he came up with this. But
Yeah.
he didn't say the details, I believe.
Yes, you're right.
It
Um,
took, it might took many years. Yeah.
well, he has also shared that he was in a workshop with John Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And John Diamond is a medical doctor. I think he's out of Australia. And John Diamond has written a very important book, Your Body Doesn't Lie,
Ah,
that stimuli can make you go weak or strong. The muscles go weak or strong. What Hawkins saw in that response, well, it's not a local response,
mm,
it's the subtle energy meridian acupuncture system, which doesn't recognize falsehood. It doesn't know dark. It only knows light, so it goes strong. And when you present the stimuli, which is no light, it goes weak. It doesn't switch on, and so the muscle goes weak. So it wasn't the muscle itself, it was actually the underlying acupuncture system responding. And Hawkins realized that, and then he went on to realize also that the acupuncture system is your connection to the field itself, the whole conscious field itself. That's genius.
Yeah.
because then he could start to say, okay, the muscle test is a way to calibrate your acupuncture going strong or not strong. Not it goes weak without light. So if you give it crap, or something that is against in these levels, dark, there's no light, then the acupuncture system does not recognize it. And the muscle goes weak. It doesn't supply the energy to keep the muscle strong. We think it's our brain doing something, or, oh, look, Nisha, you're strong. No, the brain has nothing to do with it. Although we'll come back to the brain because I wrote a point here and we'll explore it. So it was Your Body Doesn't Lie. It's a classic book. I have John Diamond's book, and Hawkins realized, oh, wow, this is the acupuncture system which is responding. It's not the muscle, it's not a local thing, it's the field responding to you. And realized that the muscle test is a wormhole into the field of consciousness where everything exists. All knowledge. And which brings us to a very important point. So when people see this map and this scale, now we have a yardstick to measure truth. I mean, essentially, right? We're saying, okay, I want to be here, please. Thank you very much. Blue and purple. Yeah, the colors help, I like acceptance and willingness, but I want to be up here. And the important thing, and which for me, Tomo has taken you are right, long time, still learning. And I will be lifelong learner, is how do you ask the question?
I see, yeah.
The question is the most important. It's not good enough to say, will I win the lottery doing these numbers? I mean, that's in the future. It doesn't mean anything. People think, oh, it's going to get me some material stuff. It might, yes, it does, but it also is how you ask the question, the content of the question against the context of this whole field.
Right.
Yeah. So I sometimes say, I have permission, and I test, muscle test. I have permission. Yes, not yes. I have permission to ask, can I read this book? Is it going to, right? This is the Transcending Levels of Consciousness by Hawkins. This is how I found Tiller, William Tiller.
Through the muscle testing. Yeah.
Psychoenergetic science. And I went, whoa, this science is not 400. This science is like touching 600. I mean, I was confused. I said,
How this is possible?
I had a short circuit in the brain, like, I thought, okay, I'm doing this wrong. And this is when Hawkins said, no, you're right. This book, and a book, any book, the master puts a pen to paper, it actually is lower than his true understanding. Tiller was very unique. When I was with Tiller, it's like you're around silence. He was very quiet. I told you, sometimes I would just sit with him. I mean, what do you say? Don't want to break the silence. So Tiller was so unique that his book, Psychoenergetic Science, was just 575, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So he was coming into that peace, illumination. He was very blissful. Yeah. How do you use it then, Tomo? Your process of question. I ask, is it in the highest good to ask this question? You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example. Nisha is going to speak at a conference, okay? And I say, it's in the highest good to speak and accept the invitation. Literally, I go like this, is highest good. I'll say yes, no, or yes, not yes. And then you know, um, the level of consciousness of the attendees that have registered today, I can't ask future, today now is, I ask these questions. It's in the highest good to read this journal, medical journal. No. Stop subscription. Bye. Okay. No, I have asked these questions and it cleaned up my life. Actually, this energy, brain strain on this, and I had to just stop it, you know. I'm much happier, much happier. Anyway, how do you use those? How do you ask the question?
It's similar. The highest, according to the highest good. Yeah, it's served. It serves or not served. Yeah, almost all the time. Every choice, every choice is not important. Both serves the highest good. So, but sometimes the other ones not serves the highest good. So it's easier to choose. Yeah.
Yes.
If if you have two choices and both serves the highest good, it's difficult to choose. Maybe you can throw a dice.
Yes. Yes. And that I have seen that happen, that both choices are strong. I call it cum se, cum sa. It's okay either way. And actually, Hawkins had used the word cum se, cum sa because somebody had asked him on stage, Dr. Hawkins, should I take the job or leave the job or something like that? I can't remember. But he said, he actually, at that time, this was many years ago when he was relatively strong and Susan was there, and he said, oh, you know, you can do it or not. It doesn't matter in this case. And she was much happier. Oof, okay. So, and he said, cum sa, it's okay. So I thought, oh, I like this. I will keep this in mind. um, yeah, yeah. Good. Thank you.
I realized there we tend to think we tend to think important on many choices or many things are important. We think they are important, but in fact, not important at all. Doesn't matter at all. Yeah. So comme c'est comme ça attitude is very good.
Yeah, cum se cum sa. Another thing that you also, Tomo, bring to mind, your constructs, your thoughts mean nothing.
Yeah.
My thoughts mean something. No, they don't. That's humbling.
I remember the Hawkins said when someone asked Hawkins about something on the Q&A session about thoughts, yeah, and he said they are useless. With his face like sad face, yeah, they are useless.
Yeah, your thoughts mean nothing at all, you know, and that's so sobering for medical science because we're thinkers, right? We're like gonna heal you. And I realized no, the healing is happening in spite of all of the things I'm doing. And you know, is to tell the patients, yes, you know, we will use medicines, but make them aware of prayer and pray for them. Actually pray for them, and just say silently that may you be healed. May you have the lessons, or may you see the miracle in this. This is what Hawkins used to say, that don't just take it away, but see the miracle in this, oh Lord. Help me see the miracle. That's a very powerful way of being with whatever circumstance that you see yourself, Help me, oh God, see the miracle in this. Yeah. Help me see the miracle in this. Yeah.
I remember when I was a teenager, I thought thinkingness is very, very important. And I secretly disgraced, secretly condemnating the people who are not think.
Whoa.
What a boy. But after all those years, thinkingness is not important at all, and it doesn't serve, useless. Yeah, maybe I don't remember much, but at first that was shocking to me. I thought thinkingness is important. Thinkingness was very, very important. I believed, but in fact, in truth, it's not. Oh my goodness.
We worship great thinkers, right? Great thinkers, Einstein and Newton. And yet, actually, Newton was very spiritual.
Yeah.
He had a side to him that most people do not know. He was really into the occult and spiritual inquiry, and as was Einstein. There is, a reverence for something grand that you cannot put a word to, but you have a reverence for it. So I think they're both spiritual. They're not thinkers. And I have to say, it's the thinking that gets one into trouble. Okay. First of all, there's no private thoughts. People think, oh, my thoughts, they're private thoughts. Nothing private about it. It's as open secret as anything else. Okay. Once you know this map, you can go, yeah, right. There's nothing private. You can actually, if you have good intention, you can ask the question. It's you can find out the truth. Everything in the past up till the present. The future is a figment of your imagination. It doesn't exist. So there's no what ifs or hypotheticals. You can't test all that. So all you can say is, in the eye is good. This research in medicine using this animal, yes, no. Okay, I get it. I'm not doing that. Yeah. So thoughts, you're right. The thinkingness has got us into trouble. Yeah. Putting so much emphasis on that. Now I just look at the thought and go, oh, yeah, it's still there. I thought I got rid of that one a long time ago. No, it's still there. Now she more work to do that. One day I will share how this thoughts are there, and I'll tell you. Well, I'll give you a little hint. I had I write newsletters because I have a book, and this somebody from Harvard wrote back and said, I don't believe that, something like that. And I was actually quite hurt. And now, Tomo, we want to be accepted by people in the circles of science. This happened just about 6 months ago, by the way. So it's fairly recent. And the thought came to me, Tomo, just listen to this. The thought comes to Nisha. I'm sitting there going, oh, she doesn't like oh. The thought comes to me, leave all the spiritual stuff behind, just go into science because that's where you're recognized and you're an expert. Look at that. Ha 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 ha. I said, oh my God, where'd this come from? It's alive. You know what I said? How could this happen? I deny this thought. It's not my thought. This isn't thought. I remember shouting in the dark because it was at night and I was shocked at my own
Mhm.
alive. This thought is, and in fact, I think it was grace of God saying, oh, there you are. Look, you're ready to walk away like this. Forgiveness. The next morning, this name comes into my consciousness. And this time, no reaction, no disappointment, no craving,
Oh.
nothing happened to me. And I said, wow, I think this is forgiveness because everything outside is the same. Nisha, the forgiveness. And I remember jumping up and down. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, God. Oh my God. Like literally, Tomo, I'm telling you this, okay?
I can imagine.
So that thought was it was there. Oh, what are you gonna do? It was so strong. And I went, oh, it's there. It's there. Oh my God, the thought is there. And I was really upset, actually, very upset with myself. And I said, no, not gonna walk away from God or consciousness. No. And I think then I went to bed. Anyway, so thoughts do have power if you give them that power, you know.
Yeah.
And
You can always choose say yes or no. Yeah.
you know what I like about this and is that you can choose again. If you make wrong choice, you choose again. That's it. That is the human amazing consciousness. You choose again, then you can transcend. Because I was here, I was in despair that night, and then suddenly I was here.
Here we are. Forgiveness, acceptance.
Yeah, I was here. You know, I jumped because I said no. I don't give power to this. No, I reject it. Yeah. In other words, I didn't care about the recognition I thought I would get from this person. Yeah, it was ego all the way, for sure.
Yeah.
Now let's see where we are. What time is it? Oh, Tomo, almost 50 minutes. I think we did good.
Yeah. It's like a second.
It doesn't feel long. You're right. I thought, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just mentioned this because the sun has just set in California, so it's just getting a little bit calmer. And that's why I thought, oh, I should check. And but this is very wonderful. What other thoughts come to your mind? Thoughts, since we're talking about thoughts. Ah,
Funny, yeah.
anything else you'd like to share? Um,
Almost always talking about like this topic, you have no thoughts and you have nothing to say. You
yeah,
lost words.
yeah. Beyond words,
Yeah,
yes.
right. Yeah. Cannot,
Beyond.
it's not describable, but something is there.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Tomo, I hope we can meet again because we have so much yet to discuss about space and if we can. But I just wanted to say arigato.
ありがとう。こちらこそ。
Oh, I have to practice my Japanese.
Like
What did you
likewise. You
Huh?
said that you said thank you, and likewise. こち
say
らこそ。
slowly?
こちらこそ。
こちらこそ。
Yes.
こちらこそ. Thank you, Tomo. So
こ
we
ちらこ
will
そ。
be in
Yeah.
touch.
Of course, yeah.
Thank you very, very much. This has been a joy, really, to revisit the map after I discovered in 2002, and my life has never been the same. And I could finally see, where all the chess players of life are. You go, oh, nothing is bad or good. You simply know, I choose something, I choose this. I don't choose this. That's all. I don't blame anything. And that is freedom, ultimately. Yeah. So thank you for allowing me to, explore this with you. And if those who are looking at this, please, this is the most important and revolutionary skill and tool that will set you free, your spirit free
Right.
towards truth. Thank you, Tomo.
Thank you, Nisha, for this opportunity to serve.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye for now.
Yeah.